Hello dear YouTubers. So it's now the next day and the sun is just rising behind me. It's 6:15 in the morning. The Burgman is ready, gassed up, ready for its adventure, and off we go. All right, so we just drove through a 10-kilometer tunnel and that brought us into Austria. So we'll just drive a couple of kilometers through Austria together.
In 2 Kilometern Ausfahrt 12 Richtung Wohlfurt und Lauterach nehmen.
So now, due to a miscalculation, I actually had to stop in Switzerland. I wasn't quite aware that it would be only such a short time in Austria, otherwise I would have filled up there. And so now I'm going bankrupt, having had to fill up gas with a motorbike here in Switzerland. And since I'm now basically broke as is, I also bought a Fanta. Now that is an important tradition. On every of my trips I drink a Fanta in a different country, and they all do taste differently, and so far I have been drinking Fanta in over 30 countries. It's sort of a weird hobby of mine, and anywhere from North America to Mexico to Canada to Asia, Turkey, all of the 28 European countries in the EU, and now Switzerland, and never in Switzerland so far because it doesn't belong to the EU, and as you know the rule, never eat, drink or do anything in Switzerland. It breaks the bank. So, but I shall have a sip and let you know how good or bad it is. Well, it better be good for about $5 for the little bottle. It better be good. All right, I drank about half, and I must say for the $5 it's pretty disappointing. You can read that it only has 5% actual orange juice in it, and I might point out that German Fanta has 11% juice in it. So it tastes less pezzy. Well, I had to make another stop, unfortunately, in Switzerland. The ride, I must say, in the non-Alps Switzerland is pretty boring. It's like Highway 401 in Canada. Wow. So I made it through Switzerland, and I made it through France a little bit, about, I don't know, 100 kilometers or so into France now. It's incredibly hot, at least 34 Celsius in the shade. It is stunning. So I'm getting some very good training for the desert when I get there. I'll just show you a little bit the surroundings that were actually very pretty. As soon as I left Switzerland, the boredom stopped, and it's either the French Alps or already the Pyrenees. I'm not quite sure, but it is quite breathtaking. So I just knocked out the first 1,000 kilometers. It's now around 6 p.m. so I've been on the road for 12 hours, and I'm in France now. At a gas station again. That's all you're ever gonna see. And has been a slow drive through Switzerland, which slowed me down, and then came a very surprising heat here. I've rarely seen that my outside temperature control says 37 Celsius on the highway while driving. So that's slowed me down a little bit too, because when it's that hot, one has to slow down just a little bit in order to, if you lose focus, that you're still a good driver. So it turns out the GPS led me to the wrong city. I actually have to go somewhere else 23 kilometers away. But as the sun is setting, look through what beautiful landscape I'm driving. This has been the last 100 kilometers or so like this. Just absolutely beautiful. So it's the morning of day 2. Yesterday I had an incredibly adventurous trying to find the hotel. I'm here in Saint Gouil-le-Désert, an age-old town, probably 1,000 to 2,000 years old, and quite something everywhere. And so the trouble was that in Europe they don't take it all that serious with addresses. So I was actually driving through 4 different cities, because the same postal code goes for the entire region, not just for one street, but for the entire region. And so I was driving, and it was getting hotter and it was getting later, ironically. On the highway it was 37 Celsius. That jumped up to 39 Celsius when I was off the highway, and it just incredibly hot. And then I drove to 4 different cities because the GPS didn't know which one was meant, and everywhere I asked, and they sent me no, and of course I don't speak French, they don't speak English or German, and so with hand signals it was always saying no, it's in the other city over there, and then no, it's in the other city over there. And so by around 9:30, just as the sun was setting, I actually arrived at the hotel, and then, well, actually I was in the right city, and then I slowly arrived at the actual hotel. And so it was quite an adventure to get there. And then in the city itself I had to ask all kinds of restaurant owners, where is this actually, and showing them a photo of it that I had gotten. But it was quite something. So we'll walk just a little bit through this rather interesting town. There were several religious streams going on that were not approved, obviously, that were rather weird in their theology, Catholicism, something like this. Any theologian watches this, you can leave in the comment what it actually was. Anyway, there was a lot of burning happening here in the medieval ages, and the Inquisition, not the Inquisition, but then the Enlightenment brought another equally brutal period to this town. So they have been through the ringer here, but I must say it is absolutely fascinating. We'll walk still till to my hotel, and a glimpse of the abbey that is here, that is apparently world famous. So in all of these equally same looking old stone buildings, this is my hotel room, up on the balcony, first window, top floor. And I measured the temperature in there overnight. It was 35 Celsius in that room. And of course no air conditioning or anything. So here is the famous sort of Abbey town square, and I must say it is quite something. Looking up to the big tower, and we'll quickly step into the church to see what that's all about. All right, let's see what's up here. Just beautiful. And see the nice Baroque organ up there. So I'm just about to load the scooter. It just this morning rained quite heavily, so I have to dry it off with a towel. But thank God the GPS is waterproof, so no harm done here. But this concludes then day 1.